keep this short so you guys can go watch the Eagles game. Colts season's been over for a long time. I'm just proud of our guys and proud of our effort. And I told them this. I just told them this in the locker room. I was like, hey man, like I challenged them after that game at Rutgers. But that's what families do. That's what families do. They get on each other. They challenge each other. They fight. They do what they need to do. But they're still family. They're still family. And there's nobody else that I'm rolling with but these guys. So I challenged them, and they responded. But I also told them, like, you guys are my family. And I got 2 sisters, and it used to be the same exact way with them. Like, we'd fight and we'd talk about each other, but if somebody else says something about them, I'm coming to their defense as quick as possible. And the same exact thing with my team. I always got those backs. I'm always riding with those guys. And I can talk about them. I can say whatever I want to because that's my family. But anybody else says something about them, they got to come see me.
Micah, I would assume there's only so many times in the season when you could say that sort of thing about your team. Did you have the sense that they were going to respond the way they did, or did you not know?
I mean, I know these guys. I know these guys. I know, like, I keep it 100 with them all the time, right? And you know, I tell it how it is, and I call it how I see it, right? I'm not gonna like beat around the bush and tell them something to make them feel good or make them feel bad or whatever it might be. I'm just gonna tell them the truth. Like sometimes people need the truth, but I know this coop. I know their character. I know their makeup. I knew how they were gonna play today. Like I didn't know we were gonna win like this. I knew they were gonna compete the right way, play the right way, and we did that on both ends of the court.
You complain about offense kind of dictating defense and wanting defense to dictate offense. Did you feel like you got that tonight?
I thought we did. We only forced 8 turnovers. I think we only had 2 at halftime, but our activity and our energy, it felt like way more. And that was it. Like we were flying around. We were flying around defensively. We were making it tough on them. Like I thought Jet Howard got too many open looks. We had to clean that up a little bit better. But I thought we did a great job on everybody else of shutting off what they wanted to do, of giving them one shot. They got some offensive rebounds, but I think like the last 6 minutes of the first half, they didn't get any. And that's when that group's locked in. When we're guarding like that, we're going to make shots. You deserve to make shots. You deserve to make plays when you guard, when you're locked in on that end.
Kebo was out of the starting lineup tonight, obviously, but it looked like he was a little bit more aggressive on both ends of the court. Have you seen kind of a mentality shift for him, and how was tonight for him, and how did he respond to not starting?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was fine. Like, we had a spirited practice on Wednesday after the Rutgers game. And it wasn't anything that he didn't do. I thought Mikey and Caleb played really well in practice those 2 days, and I wanted to reward them for what they did and how they played. I think, Keba is continuing to grow. Like, there's things that like everybody wants to like get on him. Like he catches it and Doug's there and like he dribbles. But like, hey man, like nobody else is 6'11" or 6'10". Like, what would you do if you caught it in the post? You don't know. Like it sounds good when you're standing out there watching until you get out there and get a bucket against somebody else, and like just cheer for the dude, man. Like he's competing, he's working, he's trying, he is getting better. He's attacking the rim. He made some good plays the other day, finishing the ball. I thought he could have gotten more, but he is playing more aggressive. He's been doing it in practice too, and he's making strides.
Mikey talked about kind of staying ready because he knew he would get his chance eventually, and I think that he showed up today. I mean, what has he been doing behind the scenes to put himself in this kind of position? What has he really brought this year?
I think he practices well. He stays with a good attitude when he doesn't play at all, or when he plays a little bit and gets a quick hook, right? Like I've just been trying to get him to do it our way, right? Do it the way that I want him to do it. And it's hard. He plays a lot of different programs. There's a lot of different habits to break, right? So maybe it took him this long to do it. But I thought he did good things for us. I thought he got guys open, which is what we were asking for. And then he played off of that, right? So he's getting Funk open now. He's slipping behind. He's getting to the rim and getting layups. He's catching it on the perimeter, getting shots because he's getting other guys open and kind of playing off of them. And if he continues to do that, he'll keep playing.
All right, you got Seth Lundy and Andrew Funk. How do you think they contributed tonight, and if they contributed better? I'm sorry. And how do you see them getting more consistency, taking it on the road?
Yeah, and that's kind of the biggest thing for us. Those guys have really, you take Seth out, I think the Wisconsin game, he was in foul trouble a bunch, and Funk's been better on the road at different times. We played with more purpose offensively, right? Like, we talked about our defense and how we wanted to guard people with more energy, but we talked about our purpose offensively. What are we looking for on every possession? And I thought we did that, and I thought it got those guys better shots, better looks. So we got to keep playing that way, right? There's no secret. But you also have to do it every single time. Just because we did it tonight against Michigan doesn't mean we're going to do it again against Purdue. We got to play the same way. We got to play with the same purpose. And now I think those guys continue to get opportunities, continue to get looks, and they're going to make more times than not. But I thought they did other things which helped them. They both had 7 rebounds. They were both great cutters and getting to the rim and drawing attention and drawing help, which freed each other up as well.
Micah, you guys won the rebound battle tonight and then held Hunter Dickinson to a season-low 6 points. You talk about more energy on the defensive end. What kind of went into that defensive preparation with the double teams and then just forcing their guys like Jet just to make tough shots?
Yeah. I thought Coach Fairley did a great job of preparing us and getting us ready for what they wanted to do, how they wanted to run, the different actions that they did to get Hunter the ball. People have just been force-feeding the ball in the paint to us, right? There comes a time when you got to take a stand and you got to do something different. So I thought we needed to be a little more aggressive today. Like I said, we could have did a better job on Jet, but he's a good player, man. He makes tough shots. He's got size, so he can shoot over the top of you. But we didn't let everybody else get going. I think that was the key. So as long as we held him in check, and Hunter Dickinson's like a really good player. He's such a great passer that when you double him, it's a little bit scary because, he can find people. But I thought the guys that weren't involved in the double really were flying around and playing with second efforts.
Micah, you guys basically had this one in the bag by halftime with that 18-0 run. And when you're up by that much, your starters played a lot. What was your mind, can you just walk us through your mentality of keeping those guys in for prolonged minutes when you probably could have pulled them given the lead? And then also, second question, Coach Howard talked about, sometimes there's just days where the basketball gods are looking down on you, and today was one of those days. That's not to take away from your preparation or anything, but some days it's just one of those days. When those shots fall, what does that mean at this point in the season, especially in Big Ten play?
Yeah, I wanted our guys to keep playing just because, the calendar is about to flip to February, and we want to be playing our best basketball through February and into March. So we got to continue to play the right way, no matter what the score is. There was I think the under 8 media talked about, hey, this 7 minutes and 43 seconds is really important. I don't care what the score is. Let's execute the right way and let's guard the right way because we're going to be in close games and we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to play this way and stay sharp. So I wanted us to be as sharp as possible. And some guys didn't get a chance to play as much tonight. It doesn't mean I don't believe in them. Maybe the next game is theirs and they get more of an opportunity. But those guys were playing so well, I want to give them a chance to continue playing well and finish the game the right way.
There have been some instances this year where you have a big lead at the half and then the second half comes along. Maybe you take the foot off the gas and the score is a lot closer than maybe you thought it would have been at halftime. So as a head coach, kind of what did you do differently this time around to maybe help maintain that run and not take the foot off the gas?
Yeah, I I don't know if I did anything different. Like a couple of weeks ago, we practiced halftime. We practiced for 40 minutes. Then we went in the locker room and watched film for 15 minutes. And then we came back out, well, not the whole 15, but about 10 minutes. Then we came out with 5 minutes. We warmed up, and then we scrimmaged. Not to say that helped anything, but it made me feel good, right? At least I'm practicing things that are hurting us. I thought our guys were they stayed locked in. Right? It helps when we get the ball first, right? Because now I get to kind of dictate what I see and see if we can score a basket right away, or at least get the shot that we want. But then we went back down and we responded with a stop, and they continued to play that way. So I was proud of how we came out to start the second half. It kind of kept the crowd in it, which was great. We had a great crowd, tonight. We had a great crowd last Saturday. That's what I was talking about the other day, that environment, right, helps you go on these big runs like this, right? That's what happened at Rutgers. When you play on the road, it's how do you maintain, or how do you not let people go on runs? How do you keep the crowd out of the game? I thought we went on that run, a long one, over 2 halves, and it kept everybody in it. And our guys really fed off that. So I appreciate everybody that showed up. I appreciate the people that have been here when nobody else has been here, right? I really appreciate them. But everybody that came, I appreciate you, and we need you. We got a lot more games to come. Halfway through the league, we got 4 home games left, and they're all big, man. They're all magnified. So we need everybody that can make it to help us through and help us make a push towards March. Thank you, guys.